all fresh out of the tub and we are all in our favorite jammies. And we are going to read a little bit of a story tonight. So a really, really awesome lady sent me her daughter's book and asked me if I would read it and write a little bit of a review and talk to people about what I thought about her book. I want to tell you guys a little bit about how I felt about the book. Now, we don't get to read the whole thing because the lady who wrote the book is going to do a live reading on the entire book. But we do get to talk about the book. I get to read a little bit of it with you guys, and I get to tell you what I thought about the book. The book that we're going to read today is called Colby and the Very First Day Ever. And I'm going to say, spoiler alert, I love it. I absolutely loved it. I practiced reading it a few times to see if I could get all the way through reading it without crying, and I had no luck. I had no luck getting all the way through this book without crying. So I guess that would be my very first review. Is I would say it is definitely one of those tear jerker books. The main theme in this book is it's really about adoption. It's about a little bear who gets a new mommy. And what I really love about it is that it reaches kids on a level that they understand. And you know what? Even if adoption isn't an issue in your life, some of these issues still come up for our kids. The main theme in this book is how can we be family if we don't look the same? And for me, even though my son was not adopted, that was an issue when he was small. We don't look the same. And people would say to him all the time that we don't look the same and he must be adopted. So even though my son was not adopted, we had several discussions about adoption when he was small, because you know what? You don't always look like your mommy or your daddy or your grandma. So I really love that there's a book about this for kids. Really want to thank Mary who sent me this book. And you know what? I was kind of surprised when she asked me if she could send me her daughter's children's book to review, because it's not really what I do. But you know what? If she loves it and she wanted to share it with me, then that means I'm meant to share it with you guys. So we're gonna talk a little about Colby's first day, and I'm gonna read you guys a little bit. So hopefully your kids are fresh out of the tub and they're all in their jams and we're all ready. Now because we're gonna do this with the kids, we're gonna get Big Bear out. I brought Big Bear. Big Bear was my son's teddy bear when he was small, and we never read stories without Big Bear. So we're gonna take out Big Bear and we're gonna talk about Colby and the First Day Ever. It was written and illustrated by Maribeth McCarthy, and she's amazing. You can follow her on Instagram, on Facebook, and she has several books. You can find this book on Amazon, and I will put the link in the bottom for you guys. And it's got a special thanks dedication to anybody who's got a Colby of their own. Because you know what? This is not a story that is individual to just one family, and I love that. Maribeth, the author. So make sure you guys check that out when you go check out her book. Sometimes people ask about where you come from. Like, are you from a big place or from a small place? Were there a lot of buildings? Are there a lot of animals? Were there others like you? I do not know where I came from. All I remember is being asleep, and then I woke up. So we start off with our little Colby. I was snuggled into something very warm. I think it was a fluffy blanket. I was quite sleepy. I yawned, and when I did, my left eye opened, and there was a very pretty lady standing in front of me. She had bright red hair and big blue eyes. She smiled a very big smile and whispered at me, "Hello." "Hello," I said back to her, still yawning a little bit. "Who are you?" "I'm here to take you home," she smiled, holding me close. "Home?" I asked her. "Home." She kissed me on the top of my head. It felt nice. I liked her right away. "Are you ready, Colby?" she asked. Colby? I didn't know who she meant. "Colby," she giggled just a little. "That's what I've decided to call you." I love naming people too, by the way. Colby. I moved the word around in my mouth. Colby. I giggled. Same as her. I like that name. Is it really mine? "Yes, it is," she smiled, taking my hand and walking with me down a very long hallway. "Is it a good name?" I asked her. Yes, it's a very good name." She just kept smiling. "What is your name?" I wondered if it was Colby too, since it was such a very good name. "Well, I was hoping maybe, if it's okay with you, I could be your mommy." "My May?" I tried to make the word sound right, like I did with mine. May? I tried again, even though it was not the same as the way she said it. I think she knew what I meant. Yes, she settled me into my seat and buckled me tight. "Do you know what a mommy is?" I did. I knew what a mommy was, even though I had never had one. I remember dreaming about one while I was asleep. A meme is someone who wants to take care of you and will kiss you and make you feel better if you are sick. She will look after you always, no matter what. Exactly. She kissed me on the forehead. Someone who loves you more than anyone else. She loves you most ever? I asked with my eyes wide. She giggled and said yes. Loves you, whispered to myself. I don't know what that word meant. I was just about to ask her when she said, "Are you ready to go home, Colby?" So at this point, because I know what's coming and I can't read more of it and not cry my face off, I want to tell you guys that I would love for you to take the opportunity to check out this book. And if you have little kids in your family who have been adopted or deal with adoption, or maybe if they just don't look like their mommy and their daddy, I would love for you guys to take this book and bring it home and check it out for them. And I knew I would successfully not get through it without crying, because again, I think this is like attempt number 6 now to get all the way through this book, and seriously, the next page is the one that makes me like bawl my face off like a crazy lady. So I just wanted to take a moment and share a little bit of this book with you guys. Not a normal feature that we do on my channel, but I want to open it up, and I want to say, if you have awesome children's books and you would like for me to read a little bit about them and share them with my audience. We love all of our little keto kids, and we love sharing stories for them. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll even write kids' books one day. You don't know. There might be a dinosaur who can't eat dairy. You don't know. So, thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. And remember, I'm going to post the links to get this amazing book on Amazon. And I really hope that you share it with your friends and family. I adore you guys. Have a lovely night.